I have a boyfriend. Someone's going to pull that out of context now. God damn it.
Wow.
You can't even talk about eating poo or having a boyfriend on the show.
What happened to national newscast? Do any of you guys ever watch TV and just stare at the screen and ask yourself, who are these broadcasters? Oh my God, I love this question. I'll tell you why.
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time.
Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the show that every week is a full-length version of the game Is It Gay? I'm Christian Blatt, and with me, as almost always, is the one, the only, the great Eric Zane. How are you today, sir?
Never better, thanks to you. The amount of effort continues to amaze me. This man does not sleep. How do you do it?
Well, you know, it helps that my wife and kids were at the in-laws, and that probably encouraged me to stay up until about 5 a.m. And you know, that's on me. But there was just so much to get to. I have like shows and shows worth of clips that I was like, oh, I'll just play some old ones. But you know what? We're off next week. That's why we're doing it today, because I'm going to be on vacation, and I realized. The stuff that I saw over the last few days, Easy, wasn't going to be able to wait. So we had to be able to get it.
I'm with you, and your dedication to the craft is a sight to behold. We're lucky to have you on my network.
Yes, on the Zane network. Chicken Boy 323 says, let's shit on Carl. This is a big day for Carl. We were planning on doing this show at the regular time, but on a Thursday. But as some of you, I'm going to assume if somebody's watching this channel, Easy, they have to know that there is something big happening. And of course, our buddy Carl will be doing something live in just a couple hours.
It's time to mock Zumok.
I love early Cardiff.
I have two questions.
Yes.
The questions are simple.
Please.
How did this happen? And why is it happening?
So Chad wrote to Carl and said, you know, let's do a show. And Carl was like, we could do WATP. We could do it on your channel. And, you know, Chad, he wanted to do it on his channel. It's going to be moderated by the Reverend Bob Levy. So that already kind of eats into it. I was looking forward to a one-on-one. Chad has made a number of allegations about a number of people, and Carl will be happy to respond. And I know that some of the allegations are, you know, he struck Melton's channel for stream sniping him and, you know, having, I think, more viewers while Melton was talking. Chad did.
Melton's channel.
Yeah. And
that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that.
Well, especially since all his buddy Kevin Brennan does is sit there and lean forward and look confused while he watches other people's content. So yes, yeah, exactly. That's the look right there. So and Chad also, you may not even know this, Easy. Chad, he fulfilled a GoFundMe so that he can do a comedy special. Would you like to know the dollar amount that Chad successfully was able to raise?
Yes.
You want to guess?
$100.
$80,000 people gave to Chad because everybody wants to see, like, great, Chad, we need you to have the tools so that you can make a special. And I don't think he expected to raise it all, especially not so quickly.
Well, that's outstanding.
Yeah. And now he has to go make the special. He did ask for a little bit more money, but, you know, that'll be part of the conversation. So people will be able to check that out on the Sit Down Zumok channel. I don't usually send people over there, Easy. But they can check it out on Zumok's channel. And then back on this channel at 4 o'clock Eastern, Dabbleverse Live. I assume it'll be one of the topics there.
It's going to be huge. This is going to be a huge episode if it goes like it could go. And I think a lot of people will get a lot out of it. And Chad's missing upper lip is here. And he is questioning your $80,000.
8,300. Yeah, I said 80,000, didn't I? No, yeah, I thought it was 80,000. I thought that's what he needed.
Okay, so now we've got confusion. We don't know.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to defer to Chad's missing upper lip so we can get into the show. It was only $8,000. That doesn't sound
a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you can't make anything for $8,000. And Lard of the Flies jumps in. 23 watching live. Hey, fuck you, Lard of the Flies. It's 26. All right. So, yeah, he's a fucking moron. All right. Anyway. All right. So he raised the money that he thought he did. Yeah, $80,000 is pretty crazy. Anyway, so tune in, watch Carl, talk to him. That's why, you know, we were always doing an extra show on Thursday, but that's why is and yes, Mr. Derek Andrews 88 makes a point. 80K is what he will need in
Yeah,
fees.
that's true. If Chad got his hands on 80,000 donated dollars, he would take that and run, thinking that that's an inexhaustible amount of money that he could live off for the rest of his life.
Yes, I think you've pretty much nailed it right there. All right. So anyway, that's what's going on other channels later. This teetered very close to banter. So let's just move on, and we will start our show with some national news.
WATV, who are these national news? Who are these national newscasters?
You know, we spent so much time talking about Chad's money that I forgot, before we play even a single clip, the most important thing we do on this show is talk about our money, Easy.
Oh, yeah. And how this works is, if you want Christian to sign off with something absurd that he normally wouldn't say, Christian is not a polarizing guy to say terrible things about people unless you piss him off. But if you want Christian to sign off with something absurd, maybe it's some type of slur directed at certain minority groups, by all means.
Yeah.
You can leave it in the chat with the dollar amount. And the one with the highest dollar amount is the one that he will read to sign off the show. Or if you just like us and enjoy the show, or if you really want something to be highlighted, you can put a dollar amount to it and we will show it on the screen. Thank you.
Yes, we will absolutely show it on the screen. And I was notified by a number of people that Chad yesterday was railing against Christian Blatt, but who he was actually thinking of was producer Chris. And for me to be mistaken for producer Chris, I say thank you. He's got a hell of a head of hair. He can hold his liquor better than I can, and he's way funnier than I am. So I think Chris was a little offended to find out about that, and I don't blame him. But thank you, Chad. Yes, I'm producer Chris. You can keep calling me that. And we'll have one more comment on Chad before we start playing our clips. Chad's missing upper lip says he had steak the night he hit the goal. Got a bunch of new podcasting equipment. That special is never getting made. Okay. And Chris is straight, so that's the biggest difference. That's probably why he was so offended. Oh, okay. So, Easy, over the weekend, you may not have known this. It was America 250. Did you know that America turned 250 years young?
Yeah, and it's too bad because it turned into a big pile of shit. This should have been great. It should have been great. It was not. It was fucking terrible.
I would argue that America 249 was actually way bigger than America 250, and America 251 will probably be even bigger than this year. But one of the things that they did was, CNN always has their New Year's Eve show, but they were doing a countdown to 4th of July in Times Square. So CNN got Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper together 6 months early.
Oh boy.
They did the same show that they always do. But
be drunk, be gay, giggle incredibly, and smash some Legos. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Chad's missing upper lips comment on America turned to shit once they elected Lincoln. Well, your buddy John Wilkes Booth went and fixed that. All right. So don't be so upset. In any case, so I've got a few clips from that show. It was star-studded at times. Here are Anderson and Andy talking to the great Dave Chapelle.
Travis Kelce came to see your San Diego show a few weeks ago. It looked like it was his bachelor party when he came to see you. Did you interact with him at all that night?
Well, of course I did. I was shocked. I'd never seen anything like that. A whoreless bachelor party.
It's a great line, but also when it's going out over the CNN airwaves makes it a little bit more fun, a whoreless bachelor party. Yeah, he went to a comedy show in San Diego. I think he did some other things, but a whoreless bachelor party. So Chapelle will talk a little bit more about it.
Whatever makes you happy, Travis. Now, you know, I heard he was getting married at Madison Square Garden. You would think, you know what I mean? I could have got an invite. I didn't make the 15,000 closest friends.
I was going to say, it looks like the three of us are the only three people. No. You're not. The three of us are.
So
I hate these. The delay always fucks it up.
The delay is not great. He's in whatever that town is in Ohio he lives in. So he's like, you know, nowhere near a good like satellite tower or anything. So yes, there is a delay, but it gave us more time to hear Anderson giggle and be ready because there's going to be more.
The only ones not invited.
Did you know that Sly Stone got married there and he had 20,000 people at his wedding?
Wow, that's fascinating. Please go on.
Well, I eloped. Me and my wife went to Taco Bell after we got married in Vegas. Like, well, it's going to be a long life. Good luck to both of us.
Love that. I'm going to probably replay that part of the clip on our next show because Lucy Tightbox will be with us. And, you know, she longs to get married yet again. And this time at the Taco Bell Cantina in Los Angeles.
She was married before?
Twice.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I don't ask those questions. I just find things out by attrition, you know?
Yeah, because she's a Lucy Tightbox is really what you need to know about
that's
her.
very interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to ask though anything.
Well, now that we're just objectifying the young lady, Derek wants to know: could one just marry Lucy's chest? It's the whole package, but you should be lucky to get the whole package, sir. Okay, so sorry, I forgot I split these up. Okay, so here, so he's definitely sorry. Andy is really trying to get the soundbite here, and you'll see that Chapelle realizes what's happening.
You are so emblematic to the idea of the power of free speech. Tell me tonight, as we look at the 250th anniversary of this country, why you are proud to be an American and how do you view our country today?
Boy, that's a loaded question. Now I see why Trump gets mad at y'all all the time. Why would you ask me that? All right.
So yeah, he's like, yeah, this is why everyone hates the media, because you want me to say, how could you possibly love America in 2026?
No, I got an answer for that. I don't agree with everything that our government does, but the one thing that I really consistently believe and that I love about being an American is my countrymen. If I'm overseas or around the world, anytime I see an American over there, we just give each other the Fight Club look, because we live in a madness that only we really understand what it's all about. And I have faith in my countrymen, no matter how crazy all of this will make it feel, that the sun will rise and that I feel like I'm part of a very incredible community. So God bless my countrymen and let us make this country absolutely great.
Stopped himself from saying again.
Yeah.
You
don't want to do that.
Yeah. He's like, actually, no, it's actually never been great. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he got the applause. All right.
And
cheers to that. Dave, yeah.
Cheers. Hey, get me a beer, would you?
So that's why I let the clip go on, because nobody was ready on the delay there. Well, shit, get me a beer, would you?
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even think about it. I was so wrapped up in what he was saying. I forgot that he's actually on TV. I mean, you're technically not supposed to swear, but
yeah, I mean, you
cable,
can
so
swear on basic cable, but they try to avoid it. Yeah, exactly. All right. So, there's definitely some disparaging comments in the chat about Dave Chapelle. I haven't watched the last couple specials, but the last one I watched, I thought was very funny. I think he's still very funny.
That's the thing. Some of our chat members are super dumb. And the problem is they let politics infect their brains as to whether or not someone is funny or not. Like for me, like everybody who, like I did not vote for Trump, but people like me, like, oh, Kid Rock, he sucks dick. No, he doesn't. I love Kid Rock. He's a fucking moron, but I love his music.
Yeah.
I think he's great music. He's an awesome musician.
He's not a good lip syncer, but that doesn't
Right.
change the body of work.
I'll still make fun of him.
Yeah.
But
No, listen,
from an entertainment standpoint, Chapelle is the fucking best.
Yeah. And, the interesting thing about that is that, he's there. You hear Anderson laughing. You heard a couple of chuckles out of Anderson. Well, the next bit was they brought Cheri Oteri on. Do you know who Cheri Oteri is?
Yes. Is she a musician?
No, she was on Saturday Night Live.
Okay,
she
never
was
mind.
the girl in the cheerleader sketch that Will Ferrell used to do, but we're talking almost 30 years ago.
All right.
So it's okay if you don't remember. One of the impressions she did on that show was Barbara Walters. Barbara Walters is now dead, but they figured out a way to work around that. And the reason why I have 3 clips from this part of the show is it's all Anderson. It's not so much what fake Barbara says.
You are truly heaven sent. I can't believe you're here.
Oh, Andrew Anderson, I didn't think there was a way I'd be able to join you either. Until my friend Thug's Life's Tupac Shakur said that there was. So here I am, finally in my perfect lighting, gracing you with my ethereal presence to celebrate America's 250th birthday. And needless to say, Lady Liberty has never needed a Chris Kardashian deep plane facelift with upper and lower left more.
So as you're kind of going to get the bit, it is so incredibly overwritten. Yeah. And this is the way that she played Barbara on the show was just very name droppy, but
Right.
people that you wouldn't necessarily expect. But we're 30 seconds in, and I feel like Anderson has probably pissed himself twice.
He's probably laughing because it's bombing so bad.
Listen, that would be you and me if we were up there on that rooftop. I'm pretty sure that Anderson Cooper is just tickled by this.
And lower left more. I almost materialized into the traditional American apple pie White House cage match. But I said if I wanted to watch 2 bitches fighting, I would tune into your Bravo, Andrew. Excuse my language, gentlemen, but I've been making pottery with George Carlin and Richard Pryor.
I mean, the jokes are whatever. The jokes are the jokes. The way that she does this impression, I'm going to assume she collaborated with, Paula Pell or whatever SNL writer used to write these sketches with her, because it's like, oh yeah, they were always like way too wordy. It was like, 3 cue cards when it really should have been 1. So Anderson just having the time of his life, and it continues.
Now, are you still keeping up with the news on Earth, Barbara?
Why, yes, Andrew. Just the other day, I was playing Rummy Cube with rapper Nipsey Hussle, Russian life coach Rasputin, chauvinist Harry Reisner, legs for days Mitzi Gaynor, and Chucky Green. We mused about Earth's adversaries such as Blake versus Baldoni, Aaron Brockovich versus data centers, and Lindsey Graham versus masculinity.
So there's legitimate jokes buried in there,
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham versus masculinity, but Anderson, for the love of God.
Yeah, I've never laughed that hard at anything in my entire life, even at a fraction of this. When he does this, I'm not so much entertained as I am amazed. I'm amazed at how he's cackling.
It makes me feel uncomfortable because Cheri Oteri has to sit there and continue doing these bits while, he's, I don't know, were they doing poppers or whippets or something before they went on the air? I'm not quite sure what this is.
And she doesn't break. She's not breaking despite being next to him dying.
She is a pro. And, the only problem, for somebody who cut her teeth on live television, she could have probably spent a little bit more time getting herself comfortable with the material, but it's also not on her. It's so goddamn wordy. In fact, Chad's missing upper lip. It's probably like me setting up this next part of the clip.
And Kanye versus anyone with 2 ears and a conscience.
Wow, it sounds like you're really caught up, Barbara. How are you keeping busy in heaven?
Well, when I'm not at a puppy play date with my beloved dog Cha-Cha, I'm in the celestial cafeteria with my besties, Just Say No's Nancy Reagan, looks-maxing German showstoppers Siegfried and Roy, Real Housewife of Heritage USA Tammy Faye, and wig-hustling knockout Raquel Welch. We were discussing earthly hot topics such as Taylor Swift and her Paul Bunyan fiance's low-key Madison Square Garden wedding, roadkill culinary expert RFK Jr., Fatty Boobalatti drug Ozempic, baby oil freak-off pioneer P. Diddy, and former royal Andrew Mountbatten 1000.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like that one. That does feel like it would be a Chris Berman nickname for him. The former Prince Andrew, Mountbatten is now his name. Mountbatten 1000. I can't hate that joke, but boy, it's buried in so much other stuff.
There's so much going on there. It's difficult to follow it.
Well,
she looks more like Jane Fonda, by the way.
Sure. I will certainly give you that. Yeah. I think that Barbara continued to age past the impression, and she just kind of stuck with it. By the way, Chuck Buck says, please fire Eric Zane.
Is that the guy?
I don't think so. We'll get to that guy, though.
Oh my God,
I didn't want to play it on our
voice.
last show because I was really kind of, it's like I won the Toys R Us toy run on Nickelodeon. I was just trying to get every single one of the playthings I could get on while we were doing WTS.
Yeah.
All right. So we can move on from this. I've shown 2 of my 3 clips. I've got so much other stuff. Do you want to see more, or should I move on to something else?
I think you should move on. I think you should move on.
That's why I asked, because I've got something else that I know for a fact you are going to hate more than that, because this is now the 3rd year that we're doing this show. And every year you hate when I head us down to Coney Island for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
This is his cathedral, the crystal dome of umbrella blue sky, whose vaulted ceilings touch the edge of heaven itself, whose faithful join as one to honor those who do not falter.
Stop.
So this is the preamble to the, a guy who is, he's a little bit R-wordy, Joey Chestnut. And there is something inhuman about him that's fascinating to watch, but he's going to go on.
Those who do not yield. I speak of this man.
There it is. There's his theme. There is Joey Chestnut.
Of the mortal and divine, shy of a god perhaps, but more than a man, whose thoughts rise as the vapor of angels, but whose charge is here on earth to teach us that intention is the outcome.
He has fans.
Who refuse
look at them.
any other outcome.
It was like 100 degrees at that point, and look at how many people are there. People are bunched up in the front so they can fist bump this guy.
Hold fast when forsaken. Stand firm when forlorn. Press on when weary, beaten, broken, or undone. How long will he fight? I will tell you. Until he stands on the ramparts of glory overlooking a sea of truth.
He's getting himself
For
ready.
he is the champion of now and of always.
Listen, this guy with Chestnut for president, it's not the worst idea.
Of the air, of the fire, of the sea, of the land, of the free, of one nation.
Who is it?
The Nathan's famous 4th of July champion of the world, Joey Chestnut.
Okay, that was pretty wordy, and Chad's missing upper lip. So Vlad is the announcer for the hot dog now. Yes, exactly.
That was terrible.
I know every year you hate it. So every year I make sure this was a few extra minutes. I was like ready to go to bed. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Nope. I know what I need to find for
Less
easy.
is more. Less is more. I mean, the fans weren't even involved because that asshole was going on and on and on. Yeah. You quit making it about you. Just introduce the fucking idiot. He gets up there. Everybody loves him. You can't fuck this up unless if you do that.
If you talk that long. And don't worry, I will jump right to the last 10 seconds of the competition. So he's eaten 64 hot dogs, which is really low for him. I think his record is 76. So there he is.
Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest presented by Polymark. And this is the 18-time champion of the world with 66 Nathan's famous hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, I mean, it could have started there, but I want to annoy you.
God, I hate this guy.
Yeah, and Joey Chestnut's a little disappointed that he only ate 66. He's like, it was hot. I expect better of myself. I will, try and get to it next year. But listen, everybody was being festive for the 4th of July. Even our friends over in Philadelphia who host the morning show on the Fox affiliate. So Alex is dressed like the Statue of Liberty, and Mike is Uncle Sam. And I just want to know, of all the people we've watched today, who do you hate the most? Is it either of these? It's probably the announcer guy. Maybe it's Cheri Oteri. I don't know.
Probably the announcer. There's been a lot of annoyance, to be sure.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to go with Nathan's hot dog guy. That could change depending on what's happening in the rest of the show.
Well, I do think you're going to like this one because this is something amazing happened during a fireworks show. You're going to slow it down. So during a fireworks show, this is from AccuWeather. There's lightning right in the middle of it.
That was outstanding. That's the first cool thing we've seen that happen on America 250. Everything has sucked up to this point.
Yes.
Hot dogs, bullshit. This is good.
I'm building a narrative because there are certain things that you want to see. So we now cut to a street where people are setting off fireworks. There's a little kid there. Okay.
Bag up.
Like his uncle in the wheelchair.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord.
The chair wouldn't move.
Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. What you doing, Terry? Terry, what's up?
Kill the bet.
I mean, eventually he gets it going, but it's like, what do you mean what's he doing? He can't walk. I love that reaction from this guy.
You make it sound like that's the first time you've seen that.
No. I always love seeing that one.
Okay,
I don't
good.
think I've shown it before.
Okay, good. I'm so glad because I was about to go, wait a minute. Are we going through a point where this is the first time you, and thank God, because I was convinced for a second there that you had never seen that before.
Well, the reason why that is included, that's a little off ramp from the presentation, is not everyone was so lucky and able to get away. And I know that more than anything, that's what you want to see. The nonchalant, matter-of-fact way that this story is told from this kid who just graduated high school, who was just playing around with some fireworks in the In-N-Out Burger parking lot. This really says a lot about this next generation, this current generation.
Bored, right? It's like 10 p.m., 9:30. Some guys go, I have fireworks. You guys want to light them? And then we're like, sure. We always light fireworks. So we lit the first one. It was fine. And then the second one, there was like a broken piece. Like I just remember looking both ways, and then fire turning on, and then like literally like milliseconds, just like an explosion happened. It's not like I even like connected it or like no fuse or nothing. Literally like just like boom, like a gun, like when you shoot a gun, like how fast the bullet comes out, like it was like that.
Like
I'm gonna pause him for a second. He knows what it's like when a gun gets shot. So I think this was inevitable that something like this was going to happen to this guy. So we are seeing his bandage stump where he used to have a hand.
It came off totally. It's gone.
It is completely gone. Yeah, this isn't one of those happy stories where they reattach it.
He's
But
like all laughy about it.
well, that's the thing. Listen to his outlook and his boy who's sitting next to him.
I looked down and like obviously like, I don't see a hand, you know, it just exploded, like disintegrated. So I thought it was a dream for like 2 seconds, and then like I'm walking and I'm like, oh shit, this is real, right?
The stick was completely broken off, so it's just that ball at top.
And we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know.
the way that they're talking, like, first of all, I wouldn't talk to any reporter if I blew off my hand, like probably ever. But and then he's like, "Oh, can I bring my friend?" Yeah, he's gonna really help tell this story.
It's dumb, but we've done other stuff like that where you just light it and chuck it, which is of course
we got to chuck
dumb,
it,
but, like,
stupid.
it wasn't our first time,
But
so
we-
we didn't think anything of it doing it again.
It was just sadness, you know. I was like, no way, like it's just a firework, like, you know, like I just felt bad for like my parents, you know. I was thinking about God, you know, my future.
Yeah. He doesn't feel bad for himself. He's like, "Oh man, my parents are gonna be really bummed out." How long do you think it is before this guy blows off his other hand?
Exactly. And I love how, and one of the commenters said, I love how they posted a picture of him with the hand.
With the hand. Yeah. I do
before
love
he
that.
blew it off.
Yeah. It's memories of a happier time. This next one will start off as a little bit of a bummer, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Tulsa police have just informed us that a child lost their hand due to a fireworks accident last night.
So if it's a child, that's the parent's fault for letting your kid play with fireworks.
In fact, 2 children were injured in this explosion. A 12-year-old lost his hand and has significant injuries to his eyes after holding a small grenade-like mortar for an 11-year-old to light.
Okay. So a kid is holding a grenade-like mortar for another kid to light.
And then it exploded. The 11-year-old has cuts across his body, and the 12-year-old was flown to an OKC hospital. Both children are expected to recover.
All right, so they still, neither one of them is going to get the nickname Lefty, but here's where I think you'll probably have a smile.
Oh! Earlier this week, a Tuttle mother lost 2 fingers in a firework accident. She had just taken a Roman candle from her 7-year-old daughter when her husband started recording. Police say even with adult supervision, these types of fireworks should be handled with extreme caution.
I do get that vibe because she looks like the last person who would be living in Oklahoma City. So there is a chance. But the fact that they have the video and it's not graphic where we actually see it, but we hear her lose 2 fingers.
Yes, you can actually get the moment right when that explodes. I cannot believe how loud that explosion was for a Roman candle. Those are supposed to be little.
Yeah, well,
can you back up to the explosion again?
Did you notice I was already rewinding
No,
to it?
thank
Because
God.
I knew you
love
were going to
it.
ask.
Oh! Earlier this week, a
Oh my God! Oh wait. Actually, it sounds like Chad. Oh my God! Oh my God! Call an ambulance.
It's Chad says it looks like Blatt's wife, minus the rice patty hat.
Chad, that's indicative of a real, just something that's plaguing this show. Easy, how many super chats do we have today?
None. We don't have one. We have one person who became a new member.
Yeah, we have Andrew McDonald who became a new member. We have 0 super chats.
Yeah, none. I don't think Chad has actually given
Chad sometimes. Chad's missing upper lip. Let's specify.
Yeah,
he does sometimes.
Chad. He's not like our Chad. I mean, Chad Zumach is our Chad. We are,
but
one
this is
with
the
him now. We love Chad.
Of course we do. That's why our buddy Carl's going on a show.
Right.
All right. This one's really quick, but I know you're going to love it. You've probably seen it. A parachute display on 4th of July. And I'm going to mute the Lee Greenwood.
Yeah, I was playing that song.
And then I'm going to go back for just a split second so that we can actually hear impact of, he's already kind of lost his way at this point, and he's fallen fast.
Smashed him right into the top of that tent.
Just right in there.
I didn't get an update on his condition. I think he's unalived.
It's the clip's still funny though. I think we can agree with
it's
that.
outstanding. And you know that all those idiots that are there, they were probably loving the song as they always do, and they're all patriots. So this is perfect. Holy shit!
This next person is going to be someone after your own heart.
In the North Bay, a Petaluma man is facing felony charges after police say he intentionally launched a mortar-style round firework towards a neighbor's house. You can see it right there on a home security camera. ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporter Cornell Bernard joining us live now in Petaluma.
We don't need the report. I just wanted you to see the Ring doorbell camera where there's like a mini explosion right behind this guy's car.
A neighbor's house. You can see it right there on a home security camera. ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporter Cornell Bernard.
See, that's the thing. You don't want to piss off your neighbor on, like June 30th or like leading up to 4th of July because they're going to get ideas easy.
Yeah, I'm always convinced that happens every year where people do that. Yeah. It's just this one happened to be caught on video.
So this one actually you sent me, and I think it'll speak for itself. There is a tour guide on a tram tour, well, he got himself in trouble for the way that he addresses the people that have paid, hard-earned money and traveled from far away to take this tour.
In Tennessee. Very few Americans in here. Happy Independence Day. To the rest of you, welcome to the greatest country on the face of the planet. And if you disagree, you can leave.
I do love that there's somebody, you hear it at the beginning of the clip. You hear.
To the very, very few Americans in here, happy Independence Day.
So obviously this guy's been running his mouth for a long time. This is just what somebody finally broke down and filmed. Shut up. So, yeah, he's been fired. Yeah. So, yeah.
To me, that's a reason to actually promote him because and as I understand it, they shot that video within 15 minutes. They had the people who run that tram had already gotten back to him.
Yeah, and I mean, it's in Tennessee. I feel like he should certainly have gotten a promotion, right?
Yeah, I mean, people, it draws attention. There's no publicity such as bad publicity. It's people would still go. They got to get from point A to point B there. So whatever. Encourage them to do it more.
We got some social media engagement after our show last week, where we were showing the American Fair, whatever they're calling the state fair on the mall in Washington.
Right.
And a couple of people, somebody pointed out to me directly, and then a lot of people were pointing out like, suck on this, libtards. Check out the crowd on the mall celebrating Team USA back when they were still in the World Cup.
Okay.
And this is a huge crowd.
Yeah, that's it. That's the scene.
So I'd like to point out, though, that that was actually the FIFA Fan Fest, which is not the same spot.
No.
It's out there in the middle of Washington, D.C. So, yes, it's like next to it.
Yeah.
But that's not where we were looking at. So I just want to point out that, listen, I'm always willing to be convinced. And this guy from TMZ was taking a victory lap the next day.
Hate to burst your bubble, but the Great American State Fair be busy today. Look, it'd be busy today. And like less MAGA hats than you'd expect. Oh, that's what we're watching.
That's pretty cool. Flyover just happens while he's filming.
By the way, I have a theory that flyovers are only done by the shittiest pilots. Flyovers and Blue Angels.
Because you don't trust them to
are the worst. The Thunderbirds, the Blue Angels, the flyover pilots are always very suspect, shitty pilots. That's why they're doing that.
I can't fault that. I have a friend who is a pilot. I'll have to ask him.
Well,
I know for a fact he doesn't do any flyovers.
There's a statistic that 9 out of 10, this is true, 9 out of 10 Blue Angels shows results in death of one or more of the Blue Angels.
I don't know that's accurate.
It's 100% true. You can look it up.
All right. I will look it up, but we do have other examples of what was going on. I think if you turn the camera around, you see a lot of this.
Filling out a soccer form, Venmoing the church contribution, the tithe for the
for
And
office,
Fox
they are
News was
winning.
doing all of their
And
shows
they
from the
have all of
mall.
these views. How
And
does
this is at
the Republican
10:07
Party combat
a.m.
that?
Eastern. So this is 7 minutes
Well,
after
I
it
think they're
opened.
winning in
That's early in the
predominantly
day.
blue cities with a big metropolitan vote. We'll see how they do.
Doesn't
in the
matter
statewide
really what they're
election.
talking
We'll see
about.
how that
You know?
What's her name
Francisca
again? I
Hong
remember.
does.
That's
in
Laura
Wisconsin.
Ingraham.
Okay.
Yeah, and
She reminds me of Chicken Lady from that Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall. Yeah. Would you like some eggs? They came from my body.
Here in the nation's capital as the Great American State Fair gets underway. We are celebrating America's 250th birthday. Temperatures here soaring to around 102 degrees.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
it's like fine. A little heat isn't going to melt our patriotic spirit. There are some liberals, on the other hand, they are not feeling very chill with the whole red, white man.
Okay.
Big fan.
So-
He said the sport.
I'm just gonna I'll just mute it here. So so there's all this coverage where there's no one there. So eventually, and this is what I said last week, was that when you get to the 4th of July, easy, that's when everybody's gonna finally come out for it. It's on a Saturday. Not everybody has time for it. But before we got there, everybody was really ragging on the fact that there was no turnout. And you might be like, oh, yeah, it's just a bunch of woke libtards.
Yeah.
No, a regular feature on this show had some thoughts.
I've been watching the coverage of it this week, and there's literally nobody there. Not an exaggeration, literally like 0 people. I'm not talking about it's a little sparse. I'm not saying it's poorly attended. I'm not saying like there's a few hundred people. There's nobody there. Have you guys seen this? I'm watching the videos and I had to check if it was even real, but it is.
Yeah. He did the like for 7 minutes. I just wanted to get that snippet.
I have a question. If he's a groiper, right?
Yes, he's the groiper. Yes, and yeah.
Who do you think, has he ever said who he would like to see leading the country?
I mean, he was a big Trump guy until he wasn't, so I don't know that he has someone. He's right now in the mode where they need to burn it down. He needs the Democrats
Like a revolution. Revolution.
He actually needs Democrats to just have a clean sweep of MAGA. He needs MAGA gone, and then also the Jews. But the one thing at a time. He'll get to that.
One thing at a time.
Yeah. And listen, there's constantly there were shows going on out on the mall, and there were only a few moments where someone could have possibly died. What did I cut that? I had started playing it before I put it on. So
that didn't hit anybody?
No, it fell on the front of the stage in front of where everybody was standing, but it was like a light fixture. Yeah.
Thud.
Yeah, that was
By the
that was
way,
quite
so that was the entertainment, the stupid conga line
that cut the bugle boy, boogie woogie bugle boy from Company B. Yeah. But listen, there's a demographic that loves it.
We're just over in the medical tent being treated. Tell us about how you're feeling.
Now I'm fine, but previously, none of these booths have air conditioning. We don't know what happened, but I started seeing stars.
Oh, really?
And we went to the tent. There's a religious tent because that's the theme for today.
Yeah.
And they had a pool. They're baptizing people. Thank God they had the pool. They said, "Do you want to get in?" I go, "Yes, I think I do."
I think I want to be baptized.
I'm soaking wet. But I went to the medic tent. They took care of me. I still got one of these towels. They filled.
So it's very hot. Even the people who were there, this woman, I guess, needed to be baptized again. I think her husband, hearing her say she's wet, he probably threw up a little in his mouth.
Yeah. Can you imagine being the next person getting baptized? It's half of that smeg juice in there from her snatch.
Yeah, he's like, usually at home we just hose her off in the backyard. But I've got one more pair of people super excited to be there.
Just so wonderful. Look around you. I mean, I wish I could camp here until Donald got here. You know what I mean? I really do. I really do. There's nothing for free, young lady. We all got to pay a price, and we're talking about a little heat. I mean, come on, a little heat.
You see how much this guy has sweat through that shirt that he's wearing?
Yeah,
it
what?
Looks it looks like he got in the baptism pool with that fat broad.
A fucking big.
I mean, come on, a little heat. I drove 1,500 miles. A little heat ain't stop. Hey, look, 1,500 miles, 2 busted rims, not finding our place, not having a place to put our little old bulldog.
And no air conditioning.
And no air conditioning went out on us, and it didn't stop us.
Okay, so they're slows, I think, is what they're trying to tell us.
He broke rims on his car. What's he driving? A fucking Yugo? How the fuck do you break rims?
Well, there's just the two of them there. Maybe the wife is kind of like Honey Boo Boo's mama. I know that's not a current reference, but I've tried to think of a fatter woman other than the one we just saw. I'm not going to play all of this next one, but there were plenty of people. Yoki dummy motherfucker giving us all a bad name.
No, yokel dummy motherfucker giving us all a bad name.
Well, it's all right, Chad. Chad's missing upper lip because you can go back to hating the person on the screen because they asked this guy.
All of this.
Not much.
Not much, and
I've been to state fairs all throughout the United States.
It's a weird
This is
flex.
terrible.
And how so?
It's a program-length advertisement for the president.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. I've never seen anything like this before, for sure.
I don't know why I'm showing this clip. Chad's missing upper lip. You didn't set the over/under this week, but I see 2 for right now.
In my 27 years of living in Virginia and living near the DC area.
And does anything jump out at you?
No, nothing.
There's no cows. There's no sheep. There's no goats. It's not a state fair without animals.
There's literally nothing for me to fuck.
Yeah, it's not a state fair though. It's America's fair.
Yeah, it's America's fair. All right.
Okay?
So
Which basically just set up a bunch of structures and say it's a fair. And then put on the fucking 38 special tribute band, the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, and then the rest is history. You're done.
Yeah, and by the way, I think you just hit it at the same time I did. The streak is over. Our long national nightmare is over. Joseph Hodge with $10. Thank you for the yellow boy. Always wanted to join live to give you guys some money for entertaining me the last couple months. Thank you all. Thank you, Joseph Hodges. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much for contributing to the show. And we obviously we do it for the love of the game. And all right, so like I said earlier, people finally did show up on the 4th of July. And, unfortunately, they were greeted by stuff like this.
For your safety, please back away from the stage.
There's winds tearing through there.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose a tent in one of these. Yep. So everybody, oh yeah, here it goes.
They finally got people there. Oh my God.
Yeah. So they had the people there. That wasn't the problem anymore, but then the weather didn't cooperate because, it had been like 104 all week. So eventually the storm came in and more of this.
Hey, folks.
Oh, it's going to be like a Sugarland.
Ladies and gentlemen, please back away from the stage.
Yeah, the lights are falling even when it's not windy, so we need to
everyone
back
back
up.
up, please. I need everyone back behind that tent.
What is he wearing? He's some militia guy.
Anyway, I wanted to make sure that I shared that all of that stuff. Trump eventually spoke, and I think the fireworks went off at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
they usually go off at
the
9.
headliner. It was him, and he had to have spoke for a significant time. I didn't see any highlights from that. Probably, I think people are over those Trump speeches as being newsworthy.
The long ones, like even the guy who sweat through his shirt, he probably was like, all right, Donald, let's get to the, when are we going to get to the fireworks factory? Anyway, I wanted to spend some time on that. There was so much coverage, but, so you can say what you want about the fact that I'm not featuring any Trump clips, but there wasn't really that much. And fireworks are not fun unless somebody loses a finger, right, Easy?
100%. I mean, come on. If I'm seeing them live, great. But if we're talking about it here, I don't want to look at the fireworks. I want to see damaged limbs.
I want to see the aftermath. Yeah, the triage afterwards. Let's pop over to talk shows.
WATB, who are these talk shows? Who are these talk shows?
Easy, as we were talking about earlier, I was up until about 5 in the morning my time, and that gave me an opportunity for something that I literally never do. I was able to watch my favorite morning show, the Opie Radio podcast with Greg Opie Hughes and Ron the Waiter and Eric Marino, really just a dynamite addition to the trio that sometimes includes Tony P. I just realized, I'm like, okay, I was actually trying to, get an update on how much money Ron the Waiter, was getting. I had some legitimate questions. I thought he should do a shopping spree with all his Venmo money. They didn't want to show anything. So then I decided, all right, well, we're going to be on a little bit later. Let's do some self-promotion.
We got the Blatt, B-L-A-D-T. Oh, that's the Blatt cast.
Oh, he struggles with that.
He struggles with it. The last time he said my name, it was Blatt T cast.
Right.
So he's got a few different ways to say it.
He gave us $5. First of all,
by the way, what nationality is that? Is that like Hungarian or something?
It's Danish.
Danish. Okay.
Yeah. Don't offend me like that ever again.
what happened to national newscast? Do any of you guys ever watch TV and just stare at the screen and ask yourself, who are these broadcasters? Oh my God, I love this question. I'll tell you why.
We'll get Opie's answer in a second.
We don't care.
I was not expecting it. I have given that question to other people who kind of suss out the phrasing of it. I don't think I could ever get John to read it. I could never get Steel Toe to read it. But Opie's like, who are these broadcasters? Oh my God, I love it. And Easy, the Opster is going to tell us why.
I hate the local news. I think they're insanely evil. I think they're fear mongers. They are the ones that make you, when you get to the subway, your bus, your Uber, your own car, you just have an ick feeling in your soul because they just give you a laundry list of all the horrible stuff happening in your area. I think.
By the way, that's Opie with his fixed internet out there in the Hamptons. You hear how garbled and robotic.
Okay, that's not on your end.
That's not on my end. That's on the multimillionaires end.
I think they're pure evil. I think they're garbage. But I started watching the news again just to make sure I got the top stories in New York or whatever. And why do they talk to us like we're third graders? Their intelligence level when they're doing their broadcast is so fucking weird.
Yep.
It's not a human conversation at all.
No, it's become that style. Like it became the reporting style that became that over time. It is true.
By the way, I know you've never seen Eric Marino before, but somehow he's hands down the worst of the co-hosts. He was a comedy writer. He wrote on Ellen DeGeneres' sitcom, not her talk show. And he adds so much less than nothing. And all he does is prop up the great Ron the Waiter.
It's terrible. I hate it.
And that middle, on the Waiter, he looks like retarded Vigo the Carpathian.
Some people have noticed that it does look like our friend Adam Bush playing a character.
Now Ron with the weather.
Right. But they say get in all cutesy, like, oh, and speaking of the building collapse, I hear that we got a storm coming in. You want to take that?
That's exactly right. And
I hate them. They stink, and they talk down to you like we're literally in a kindergarten class or something, and they're the teacher.
Get in there.
So there you go.
Have you met most Americans? Have you met most New Yorkers? They're idiots.
See, I don't know.
Thanks, Ronnie. So this is what I'm watching at 3:30 in the morning my time while I'm trying to finish up, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to involve myself. So listen, I got that little drop now that I have Opie saying, who are these broadcasters? That was worth $5. So I already spent half of what we took in today, but it was for a good reason.
That's outstanding, and I'm glad you didn't pick up on it. We're under the radar. We are under the radar.
I mean, Chad Zumach thinks I'm producer Chris, so I think that's really where we should be. But let's get to what Opie hates.
WATB, who are these local news? Who are these local newscasters?
There was a time where Opie would have laughed at this next story. I'm pretty sure actually both of his former co-hosts, both Anthony and Jimmy, would think that this is pretty funny.
Did this baby photo of Adolf Hitler wind up in a middle school yearbook? It turns out that a student here at Eastbrook Middle School submitted that black and white photo from 137 years ago, and somehow it made it through the proofreading process and went to print. 8th graders last week on the last day of school were signing each other's yearbooks when a teacher sounded the alarm that an early image of one of history's most diabolical figures was included in the yearbook.
Look at how cute he was. He was adorable.
Cute. The haircut never changed.
No, I know.
That's
he had
remarkable.
it. And he just stuck with it.
I have never seen this photograph, but he's got dead eyes even back then.
A couple of friends of ours have it framed sort of on the on the mantle above the fireplace in their home. I don't want to name anybody, but I've seen it in a few homes.
The Paramus district says now they're going to collect the yearbooks and distribute them again with a corrected version. The Paramus mayor says they do know which students submitted the Nazi dictator's baby photo. The Bergen County prosecutor's office is investigating. They're calling this a bias incident, not a bias crime.
You know what they should be calling this, Eric?
Prank.
Hysterical. This is fucking great.
Yeah, it's only an 8th grader. There is a bright future for that fucker. He's got 4 more years, and holy shit.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, in like 4 years, they can be a contributor to this show. This picture does look really old, though. I feel like nobody who's currently in 8th grade has a photo that looks this old. Easy. None of their teachers, their teachers' parents don't even look like this.
They don't even look at them. Obviously, they don't look at them. They oh, here we go, boy. Look at this one. Nothing occurs to them. I mean, seriously.
Well, it was 4th of July weekend, and it is summertime. It's time to celebrate, even when you see a live hit from the local news reporter.
Cool, Peyton, because I've been squirted so many times. We're here at Avalon's boat parade, and this is also a giant water fight, apparently. Check out this boat right here. People are throwing things. They're filling up water guns. People are trying to shoot them back. It is a full-on party out here in Avalon. This is a big tradition here. People come to the fishing pier to watch it. So we're probably going to get wet here. Gray and Alicia, we're going to send it back to you.
There it is.
Party. Okay, Trish, thank you.
What did you think of this guy's ad lib here at the end?
Big water party. Okay, Trish, thank you.
Is just everybody mentally challenged in local news?
They said, all right, get out of it quick and go on to the next one.
Yeah.
I just like anytime I hear a chick talking about squirting, puts me in a good mood.
Well, I mean, just imagine how many people are going to type in her name and squirting now.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. No squirting in this, but I think that this will speak to a certain demographic, even though it's not Pride Month anymore.
Have arrested and charged this man here after posing nude in the city's Little Italy neighborhood. I'm Ashley Kuzakonki, and in your Morning Minute, that man was charged with indecent exposure, but he says this was a performance that was inherently non-sexual and meant to evoke
Michelangelo's David. Sorry, I cut it. Yeah. So I like this. If I were him, I'd be like, you could make that blur a little bit bigger. It doesn't need to be quite so small.
Yeah, whip it out. Come on.
Please don't compare me to Michelangelo's David. I want to try to catch this chick's name again.
Little Italy neighborhood. I'm Ashley Kuzakonki, and in
I didn't quite. Ashley Kuzakonki, I think.
Cocky?
Yeah.
By the way, if you're going to do David, you can't have a fucking farmer tan. That's what this guy has.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't actually notice that because the nude body makes me very uncomfortable. But yeah, he's
totally got a farmer tan.
Now, what if
the arms are tan?
What if his cock is perfectly spray tanned? And I know that this is going to lead to more of the allegations people have about this show, but we'll never know. You see, will we?
Yes, 100%, Christian. $5 from Jessica.
Jessica Borkman. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, you're right.
I do have
a Clark. I do have a Superman curl.
The other side.
Zane, you're always hot. Keep up the good. Jessica Borkman, please come back regularly. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Make a note that if you see Jessica in the poor chat, that the way that Opie characterizes that, she's one of ours.
Right. Old men being told by young women.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're a young woman. Yeah, we are attractive. Makes us very happy. If I had the ability to get a boner, I would probably get one.
Yeah. But don't worry, I've got one for both of us. All right, I've got one more local news story that is when people are determined to break the law, they really make sure they can find a way.
Officers say they cited 4 people for illegal harvesting along our state's coast, and all of them apparently had a unique way of trying to get away with the crime.
They were wearing like bodysuits that had crab like tucked into them and sewn into their jackets. Those are crab in there. I can see that they're crab. You know, the crab that are in your pants.
So literally, people are wearing these puffer jackets. They have pockets built in so that they can get these crabs. And I guess you're not allowed to harvest them, but I bet that makes the crab meat that much better.
The crabs that are in your pants. Yeah. So officers say they discovered a total of 21 Dungeness crabs after a search. 19 of them were undersized and illegal to harvest. Another crab was a female, which state law requires to be let go.
Even though those are the hottest ones, you know what I mean? Easy, yeah. All right. I can't believe we're already at the 1 hour mark. We are 1 hour away from our buddy Carl Hamburger joining
it's a good
Chad
time
Zuma.
to, I think, talk about that a little bit more. Do you think that there is possibility that there could be like an olive branch between our heroes? And
I was once on a Point to Apple Point where Chad came on and he had something to talk about and then he left. There can be an appeasement of hostilities, and any of us who lived through the Tampa Accords don't want a repeat of that, but it could be. And listen, I think that they could probably have a decent conversation. I have multiple people who will message me and say, Chad's show is actually not as bad as you think. One of them is our buddy, comedian Tom Myers, who I think was actually the guy in that Baltimore news piece we just showed. But a few people say that, and listen, I had to pull clips from Chad's show. I do like when he talks about Ray DeVito, but I still get to enjoy anytime we get to play this.
It's time to mock Zumach.
No, we're not doing that on this show. We've got something better than mocking Zumach. And you might think, what could we possibly have in our roster that is better than Chad Zumach? And I'll tell you.
W-A-G-B, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
This story features one of the most famous bears in American history.
Only you can prevent forest fires and apparently theft. Smokey the Bear actually helped make an arrest in Orange County after he saw a suspect stealing signs of, wait for it, himself. Yeah. Department of Agriculture officials say somebody was actually driving around Florida stealing Smokey the Bear signs from our state parks. So now that person will pay the price.
Okay.
So that's the setup, and the guy who is with the Parks Department or whatever, he's going to make the correction that his name is Smokey Bear. His name is not Smokey the Bear. His name is Smokey Bear, and there should be a fact checker. And in fact, it even says it right there on the screen: Smokey Bear sign theft. But again, people in local news, I think Opie and Ronnie might be onto something. They're not the sharpest.
Of Agriculture says this suspect was going to state parks, finding Smokey the Bear signs like this one, and stealing them.
What an idiot.
I do love that this is like the commissioner of wildlife who's like, what an idiot.
What an idiot.
But it wasn't just for fun. Law enforcement officers with the Department of Agriculture say the suspect was posting the signs for sale on Facebook Marketplace for $1,900 a piece.
What?
So almost $2,000 people are looking to buy Smokey Bear signs. And the main reporter, the guy who narrated the piece, he did refer to him as Smokey the Bear. It's not the only error from this broadcast.
Smokey got his revenge. He's not throwing this criminal haphazardly into the woods.
Okay, let me just back that up because I want you to listen to the words that come out of his mouth.
Not throwing this criminal haphazardly into the woods.
Haphazardly.
Haphazardly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with this. Also, the idea that they had apprehended the guy and they had to call somebody to say, hey, get in the suit. We're going to
see, I think
we got him. Get in the suit. Meet us over by the garage. We're going to take a publicity shot.
I think when you're Smokey, you're always in the suit. You know, you clock in and you're like, all right, they might need me to be in the suit. I have another error from that reporter.
Charges are ahead for this sticky-fingered Smokey Stealer. Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
The error is that he thought that was funny.
Criminal charges are ahead for this sticky-fingered Smokey Stealer. Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
What kind of name is Axelbang? I think whatever that is. Hola, creepos. The great Vinny Paulino. Great to see you in there, Vinny. And Vinny, how much would you pay for a purloined Smokey Bear sign taken from one of our national parks? It is surprising that there's I mean, listen, I could see people buying it, but $2,000. I don't know, Easy. What are your thoughts on this whole operation? I mean, you mentioned the fact that somebody has to get into the suit, and this is in Florida in July, so you know it's no fun to be in that suit.
It is no fun to be in the suit, and it's silly to be reporting on, but I mean, this is obviously something that a Florida man would do, so it kind of all works together. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. I'm going to steel toe us for a minute here, and if we don't get any more super chats, this is the last bear clip I'm going to play today.
Oh, come on.
Come on. I got so much other stuff.
We got super chat. We got 2. We've
No,
got $15.
I want another one. Okay.
You greedy fuck. What the
yes. Fuck? Hey, were you up till 5:30 in the morning?
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
You can have my money.
No.
Have my money for the month. You can just take it.
I bring the clips. You bring the funny. All right. Let's see what's going on here.
You're seeing that video here behind me, and it's just a few seconds caught on camera, but those couple of seconds were all it took for this family's dog to get in between a bear and their young child.
I'm going to point out the obvious for our visual audience. The fact that they did a split screen with this, and they put the image of a dog interacting with a bear over this woman's rack. I think that our buddy Iraq is right, that local news is dying because they don't understand what people tune in for.
Right.
Take a closer look at the video here. This is actually a slowed down version. So the child is there at the bottom. You see the husky come in between the bear and that kiddo and then move off to the right side of your screen. It's really incredible video to watch. Now, we spoke with that boy's father who shared this video with us, as well as Deep, about what to do if you end up in a similar scenario.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you the dad in a second, but I wanted to let you speak your mind.
Yeah, I think that the bear was already scared and was not going to. I think the dog just happened to get in at the last second to make it look like the dog had something to do with it, but
right,
that dog had anything to do with it.
Right, it's like somebody kicks your ass and then like his buddy comes along and like kicks you like at the last second. I think that's what the dog did.
She always puts herself like in between strangers and the kids, but you know, you always wonder in the back of your head, like, what's going to happen if.
Do you think that this guy should have that title of father?
Jeff Tazara, father? No,
he's got he's definitely got slow eyes and a slow soul.
It should say Jeff Tazara, father, comma, poor, comma, dumb.
If she needs to protect us, and now we know probably a T-bone or something like that she'll get to enjoy.
In that situation, the dog worked out perfectly. You know, it kind of made it an uncomfortable situation for the bear.
This guy is so close to his camera. This is Ron Berman / Kevin Brennan level behavior.
Fortunately, it doesn't always work out that well. So we usually advise people to
keep your dog
try
away
to
from
keep
a
their
bear.
dogs,
Yeah.
you know, somewhat contained or keep an eye on them.
Now, if you see a bear in your yard, you can.
I want a bear to eat me after hearing that.
Yeah. All right. Finally, we get to see what's going on here. And I'm sorry, I'm all horned up right now, but I needed to know what was happening.
I think you are. She does have heaving breasts. She definitely does.
Chicken Boy 323 did accept the assignment. It's only 99 cents, but I will give another bear clip. This one was actually sent by Easy. It's not from a news clip. It's just somebody's social media clip. And Jessica Borkman, I come for Zane, I stay for Bears. Do you know Jessica?
Yes. I don't.
Okay.
But I love her. She makes me look at all these amazing comments.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I brushed away my Superman curl. I'm sorry. But Easy, we'll talk about this one. It is a bear up to no good in someone's car. This is stupid music. I forgot about this.
You got the plucky cello.
By the way, you see where it is. It says it there on the screen.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, they're everywhere there.
Okay.
I just got back from there. This bear is so fucking fat. He's pissed. This guy's pissed.
Yeah. He's slamming the car door. And the bear's like, all right. And he's, oh, what's he got?
This fat ass took the bag of watermelon. He's a black bear taking watermelon.
He's no jokes here. I can't connect those dots and come up with anything funny in there. So I do. That is such a fat bear, and I would be like, I don't need to be anywhere. I guess if you're in Gatlinburg, you're expecting this, and you were just there, and you must have seen some bears.
They walk around like if you're like at the weirdest times, you'll just see them come walking through, and most don't want anything to do with you. They just want some fucking food, and they're stupid and fat, and they'll do anything for food.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid, fat, do anything for food. But we're not talking about anything in particular. We're just talking about bears. All right, we're having fun with the bears. Everybody always asks for bears. You know what? People have actually been fairly generous. I don't want to opie you guys. Here's another bear in a scenario where I don't think we would want to run into one.
Imagine waking up at 5 a.m. to a bear in your hotel room.
I hope
That's what happened to one guest in Tibet, who, according to state media, briefly locked eyes with the bear before it left the room. State media in China say the bear entered through the hotel's main door, which was left open for guests, and helped itself to bottled water left at reception before wandering upstairs. State media says that tourists have been known to feed and play with Tibetan brown bears, but authorities warn against this as they can be highly aggressive and can create security hazards. A search of the hotel by security personnel found no trace of the bear and no injuries were reported, according to state media.
Yeah, Asians love bears.
They'll
do anything to be part of a bear's life.
Yeah, and I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
Is that like why your wife does she like dress you up in a bear outfit and say, "Oh, Christian, oh, you're sexy, Christian, oh, sexy bear"?
You know she doesn't talk like that, right? But no, you don't need to dress me up. I was actually gifted with a bear suit that's bursting out of this shirt right now. So yeah, and obviously she has a type, and listen, the show was already a little bit political, but we've got a couple of quick moments here. So Secretary of War, I believe is the title he uses, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. He was addressing some soldiers outside, and he had kept them waiting. That's not why this clip is funny.
The soldiers here, thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for waiting out here in the sun. I'm to blame. Sorry, I had a meeting go long. I never want to make a formation stand out any longer than it has to, because I've stood in your formation before.
Okay.
Waiting for somebody to show up so I can get on and do my job. And that's the beautiful part about what you do. You do your job no matter what. In fact, this background noise this morning is perfect. It's the sound of ingrates, of ingratitude, of people who are so blinded by ideology, they can't see law and order and common sense in front of them.
So what the fuck is going on there behind him?
So there's all that noise. I guess they knew that this event was happening. And at first I thought it was just regular, Washington, D.C. traffic. But then you realize, no, it's very calculated. There's a lot of, there's some rabble rousers trying to make noise. Yeah. So I do like when people struggle through trying to, just get their way through the very loud noises going on in the background.
And he's talking to a bunch of military dudes that are...
Yeah, I'm not sure which branch of the service, but he kept them waiting, and they had to stand in formation while they waited for him.
They're like, fucking A, man.
But he's saying, I know how much that sucks because, I was an enlisted man once.
Okay.
President Trump was speaking with a bunch of people who were doing cosplay as Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders. And I think he takes the office of president very seriously.
Two beautiful sons sitting there. I think I'm going to give one to myself, one to them, and we'll have a threesome, okay? I'll pick out one of the two.
He'll explain what he wants
I'll
to
give them the Congressional Medal of Honor for something, for their genius at hunting. And I'll get one for taking on Russia or something.
Yeah, that's what the Congressional Medal of Honor is for.
Yeah. Now, I doubt that anybody who loves Trump would be offended by him making jokes about the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Yeah. I'm going to give them a couple of Purple Hearts, too. You know?
People with Trump derangement syndrome be like, oh, my God, how could he do that? How could he do this? But I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But he always, the fact that he said threesome, though, do you think he knows what the hell he's doing there?
I mean, this guy got around a lot.
Yeah,
Threesomes have been around for a while. Now, he's lost a couple of steps, so he might not realize, it might be a Chip Chipperson. You don't even know what you just said. But, yeah, I do think it's funny, the idea of having a threesome with his two sons. But that would probably warrant getting a Congressional Medal of Honor. I think that would be fun. Now, I try to, oftentimes I try to balance with a Trump saying something where he steps in it with one where I think he's really funny.
Red.
Oh, yeah. So there's a woman in like a red dress. So this is how he gets her attention.
Go ahead, Red.
Mr. President, you said today, Ines de la Cuetara with MS Now, you said today that countries...
You're with who?
MS Now.
MS Now, that's a failing network. Why would you want to work for them? MS Now, can you imagine? They wanted to get away. They took the name NBC because they were embarrassed by it. Go ahead, let's go. When do you hear this question?
Doesn't matter what the question is.
Now you notice when he's saying that, she's smiling. I think they like it when he lets them have it.
You know what? I think that you might be right. I sometimes feel like Caitlin Collins from CNN, she'll very gently push back. Is that, he'll say things like, you used to be from Alabama. And he's like, and she would just say, well, I'm still from Alabama. I think that they do, some of them. There's some who are very upset, but I think some of the reporters, especially Red there from MS Now, this is some fun interaction with, TMZ has kind of descended upon DC now. So they're handling Congress people, elected officials, the way that they do low-level celebrities. So somebody from TMZ corners Representative Thomas Massey, and there's allegations of people he may have been involved with. His wife has said some things. It's not really about what he's trying to ask him. It's about this way that Thomas Massey responds to TMZ.
The stuff your ex is saying about you with the NDA, that you pressured her to sign an NDA for wrongful termination. What is that true? What's she saying about you?
Who are you with?
With Fox Digital.
It's all false.
Okay, we're going to let him keep talking. So the guy on the right that you see is the guy asking the questions.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you need to pay attention to that side of the screen in a moment. But yeah, so I'm sorry. Did you have a question, comment?
What did he say? Get lost?
Kind of. Yeah. I think that's what he said, but there's a lot more.
And what she said about you and Boebert having an intimate relationship?
It's all false.
Listen, if I had an intimate relationship with Lauren Boebert, you'd all know about it.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I would have pictures of me in that theater watching the Beetlejuice play. It would be my thumbnail on social media.
Way Boebert would pork this guy.
I mean, look at him.
He's listen, mongrel.
Okay, but what if he's got a hog like a tree trunk? Do you think that that could have something to do with it? I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If she did, she is. I am disappointed. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I do enjoy the rest of this interaction.
Why do you think she's out there saying it? Was it because of the primary, ahead of the primary? What do you think is motivating it?
When did you all become a tabloid? Seriously, dude.
And by the way, that was my mistake. This guy works for Fox Digital.
Okay.
He's actually not with TMZ.
That threw me off. Okay.
But he's acting like TMZ. So that's a problem on my part.
No, I just
so he gets out his
phone.
phone.
Give you a chance to
Massey
respond
does.
because you've never been able to tell your side of the story. That's all.
Okay.
But anything you could say.
So let me ask you.
Now we're seeing that on the right.
I heard that you like gay porn. Is that true?
Congressman, I'm not. I just want to give you a chance. Your side.
Giving you a
That's
chance to
no,
give
I'm
me
not,
your
I'm
side.
not going to get into
Are you
that.
a real news organization or not? No, come back, man. All you got to say is you don't like it. That you haven't been to those websites.
Of course, Of course, I don't like it.
Really?
Why is he?
I mean,
doing
I
that?
watch
He
it all
should
day,
say-
but I don't like it. I'm sorry.
He should say, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah,
In fact, I just got done watching a good one a couple minutes ago. It was fantastic. This guy ate a whole fucking quart of jizz. It's incredible. I mean, why is he being so weird?
Because he doesn't like the idea that people would know he likes gay porn, I guess.
But does he really like gay porn?
Probably not.
Just giving you a chance to respond. That's
But he's walking away a little
And
faster
you're with
now.
Fox?
Thank you.
Is that a real news organization? Is this what you do?
This is
for a living?
great.
I love this. Thomas Massey's a bit of a prick, and I think a lot of people don't like him. I like this interaction. We have a very quick follow-up from Lauren Boebert. I believe it's the same guy asking her. You got to listen. It's right at the start of the clip.
Fuck you, first of all. If you're gonna bring me into this, like this sexist stuff is like out of control. So there's your clickbait that you were looking for. And
A lot of people.
I don't want to talk about anybody's exes and their crazy that they do.
Fuck you. I don't want to talk about anybody's crazy exes and the shit that they do. I did look for an unbleeped version of it. I couldn't
Needs
find
to be
it,
the
but
president. She's such a babe.
It's my vote. I like the smart girl glasses.
Holy
it goes a
shit.
long way. Yeah.
Smoke show.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to go too far over because you were very kind on our previous show, and I do have to hit a couple of sports things though.
Yeah.
And, your dogs are sleeping. They look like they don't need to.
Oh,
shit
they're
just yet.
totally out. They're totally out.
Okay. So let's head over for some sports.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what's society.
By the way, Boebert is being described as having a mom arm, and if you like grandma arms. Well, of course I like mom and grandma arms.
Yeah, he's a grandfather.
56 2 days ago, you fucking idiots.
So within the last week, I forget what day this was, we had a full-on brawl, go figure, in Boston between the Red Sox and the Nationals. And we don't get them like this very often, but when we do, they somehow often tend to involve the Red Sox.
It's 3-2 and dropped in there for strike three with a sweeper.
Okay, so the pitcher said something, which will be theorized as we go along. And Wilson Contreras didn't appreciate it.
Back-to-back K's, and now some words here between Cavalli and Contreras, and both of the benches are emptying, so are the bullpens.
So I want you to continue to listen to the just absolute terrible play-by-play we're getting of this brawl as it unfolds.
And now it's getting physical. It's getting big-time physical. A lot of pushing and shoving here. Contreras has to be held back by about 5 guys. And some shoving. And this one getting a little nasty.
We're getting no real insight from Dave O'Brien.
There was 2 big moments that you could have parked on. Guy who threw his helmet.
Yeah.
The other 2 guys right in the front of the pack are really starting to get some leverage against each other. There is a lot to park on.
There's a lot, and that's why you go for the replays. And the Red Sox fired Don Orsillo to bring in Dave O'Brien. I think Don would have had some good play-by-play there, but anyway, I digress. So now this is the replay.
He said, "Sit down, boy," something like that. You could hear.
Which you probably don't say "sit down, boy" to any ethnicity.
Hear it right there.
Well, you can see Contreras saying, "You talking to me?
Why are you talking to me?" Right. Cavalli feeling himself. We know that.
Okay.
But
Yes.
then someone else said something. He must have said more.
Okay.
Saw him
And
jump up there and throw.
then I've got one more quick clip where they just focus on the helmet.
And then here's the helmet toss.
Maybe it's not
Actually
that
didn't get
Chapelle
anybody
looked
with the
almost.
helmet.
I don't know if he just missed and it went.
So, listen, The helmet is probably the only reason why I'm sharing this, but also the just awful play-by-play. We don't get good brawls on this show very often. Maybe one or two a season, you know?
Yeah, it's rough. You got to go back to get some really great baseball brawls that have occurred. But you know, I always wanted the bullpens, instead of running towards the brawl, just fight in the outfield. The bullpen.
Fight the other bullpen.
Yeah, fight the other bullpen.
I like that.
You're right there. It's pointless because all you're going to do is you're going to get there. Everything's already done. No, just attack the other bullpen with whatever.
Now, I would have done this week without showing any Mets clips, but if you're going to send me a Mets clip, I feel like it makes it okay. We will talk about what seems like a routine play that is about to unfold.
Little tapper left of the mound. Lugo fielding, throwing on the run, and it gets on by Caglione. That'll bring in the game's first run as Ewing scores. Bichette to third, and all the way to second goes Benj. Now it's thrown to the backstop, and Bichette digging for the plate. He scores. Now the ball gets away again, and Benj will score.
Benj should have been an out, easy out at first.
Easy out.
And an infield home run.
Yeah, and they do refer to it as a Little League home run. And even though it benefits the Mets, the team that employs him, Keith Hernandez is beside himself by 3 errors on this play.
Oh, my God. A Little League home run for Carson Benj. 3 separate errors on one play by the Kansas City Royals, and the Mets lead 3-0.
Wow. So it'll tell you everything you need to know about the Mets this season, that they would go on to lose this game 16-12.
16-12. Fucking assholes.
I don't usually watch. You know, I give it a couple of innings, and you know, if it's like 5-0 the other team, I'm like, all right, I probably don't need to see this. But in any event, obviously it is baseball season, but during this game, this is in Oakland. So the Dodgers are visiting, and you're going to hear the Oakland announcers talking about what it's like to have a team with way better players than your team come into your town. But there's a guy sitting behind home plate that we'll talk about.
Freeman, Betts, Otani, Kyle Tucker.
Well, I mentioned it last night, and he confirmed.
You hear somebody yelling. You see this guy standing up in the green shirt?
Which is you play with these guys in your video games. You collect their baseball
and these two
cards,
are just talking about how
posters,
famous the Dodgers are. They're like celebrities.
Yelling goal.
You're on TV.
Yeah. So Mexico scored a goal. So he's sitting in the front row. And again, the A's play in a beautiful minor league park in Sacramento that I went to last year. But it's the A's Dodgers, and he's focused on the World Cup, which I thought was very funny. That even when you're watching your team play the 2-time defending World Series champions, you're like, yeah. But
I'm surprised he's even there. That he actually went to the game. I mean, this is like the biggest thing for these countries, in particular Mexico. I saw some amazing footage of when they lost.
Yeah,
how devastated these people were. I mean, my God, they were more upset than when their family got deported.
They put their all into supporting their team. This next clip actually is some Mexican fans. This is in Mexico City. This is outside the hotel where the England team was playing the night before their game.
That is awesome.
And so this guy from, I don't know, the BBC or Sky News or GB News, whatever that is, he's from the English broadcaster.
This is crazy. A full-on band, trumpets, drums.
We get it. We hear
them awake.
We hear the trumpets. We hear the drums. We know that's what's there. And yes, they're trying to make it so they can't see.
YouTubers now interviewing them. They're speaking Spanish. Clearly Mexican fans. The police are
Thank you for that. Yes, clearly Mexican fans.
congregating down the end of this walkway here. I'm not sure if they'll move to arrest them anytime soon.
No, the Mexican police are not going to arrest the Mexican fans outside the British team's hotel, making noise and trying to make it so they didn't win. Spoiler alert, Mexico lost and it was all over. But what a fun moment it is to have stuff like that, you know. I've got a couple of goals from the Argentinian team. I think you sent this one first, so it's just a close-up of the broadcaster.
De Messi va pasado. A ver que le pega Messi al arco.
It's so loud. It's so distorted. Can I mean, he's still going. This is how passionate. I believe before this happened, I believe that Egypt was leading 2-0.
This was the messy goal to make it 2-2.
Oh, that's the okay. So that's the same goal as this next one. Okay, so then this is a different broadcaster of the same goal. I thought that they were different goals. So that's this guy.
I love seeing these crazed Argentinians running in the street and all that fucking shit. Oh my God, is it fantastic?
Yeah. So that's been fun. World Cup's not quite over yet. So on our next show, maybe we'll get a little bit more. I have something quick before I play our voicemail that we have.
Okay, good.
WATP, who are these broadcast history? Who are these broadcast history?
I know I've mentioned a few times that I was up late pulling clips. One of the things that happened was the news broke that singer Bonnie Tyler passed away. People know her song Total Eclipse of the Heart. There were certainly some very heartfelt outpouring of emotions. But you know what we do on this show? If somebody dies, we isolate their vocal track from a recent performance so that we can see that perhaps the death rattle was coming.
Every now and then I get a little bit angry. I know I've got to get out and cry. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified. Then I see the look in your eye. Every now and then I fall apart.
She's got great backup singers. That's helping. But I mean, her voice cracks every time she sings. She's also going for notes that aren't in her range anymore.
No, it's still a million times better than Paul McCartney and David Lee Roth. But
yeah,
shit. This is total shit.
Yeah, and you know, I listen. The woman just passed. Was it an isolated incident on just one song? No.
You say you don't believe in signs from up above.
Ooh.
I don't even know this song.
Your faith and stuff.
It sounds like when you play a record backwards.
Yeah. By the way, this is YouTube's fault that I have to do this. I have to strip the music or they won't let me play it because
I'm glad you do.
Yeah. So it makes me be this much meaner. This isn't me.
You never see the rainbow, you just curse the rain.
This song is terrible, by the way. Even with everything in it.
But it's just not worth the pain.
Is that her in her 70s, do you think?
Yeah, this is within the last decade.
She looks good.
Yeah, she looks fine, but I think she died at 73.
Yes, that is true. And I don't know what she died from.
Yeah.
And that's way too young, but she had
she was sorry. So she's 73, probably in that clip. She when she passed away overnight, 75. Yeah.
Okay.
So. All right. So listen,
good cans on her side.
You know, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
You know? So listen, maybe we are mean-spirited people here on this show. And maybe, just maybe, the callers are right about me and Eric Zane.
Okay, this is for your broadcasters people. All right, so you're going down a route. Yes, this is the guy. You're going.
I love that he's like, yeah, it's the guy.
That's what he's known as, the guy.
He's the guy. Yeah. We don't know his name.
Guy.
He doesn't tell us his name. This is that guy.
Taking it down a rabbit hole that I didn't take it down. Yes, I believe that Thurman Munson should be in the Hall of Fame. But I also know for a fact, okay, that he was a father, he was a husband, he was people's friends, just like everybody else who died on 9/11, just like John Denver.
You don't know
just
that.
like, everybody else who's died tragically.
So he mentions John Denver because I talked about how Thurman Munson was I said a hell of a baseball player, but then I looked at the numbers. He was above par. He was a little bit better. He was better than mediocre. But he was a really lousy pilot. And I pointed out that John Denver was a great singer and a pretty talented actor in those George Burns movies. So we talked about that. You had some thoughts about people on 9/11 that I don't necessarily co-sign, but
no, that's not true. I said that New Yorkers were pissing me off so bad with their behavior in the Knicks celebrations that I am now praying for another 9/11.
Right. You're not celebrating the previous 9/11.
No, I am talking about my desire that there would be another one. Okay. And most Americans feel that way.
Okay. So the way I uploaded this, I can't rewind it very easily. So let's listen to more from this guy.
Would you be fine and laugh and, hey, let's have a good time and drink a beer if your wives died in tragic accidents?
Okay. So
no,
I'm sorry, sir. Were you married to Thurman Munson?
Yeah. He might have beat the shit out of his wife. We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
As far as we know, Thurman Munson was an animal abusive husband. We don't know. He might have been great too, but so I'm not going to say one way or another, but you can't,
it's
that people loved him. We don't know that.
And by the way, don't pretend to understand our relationships with our wives. You don't know how happy that might make us. You
don't know. You don't know.
Put them both in the same car and have them smash into a telephone pole.
I mean, are you promising to arrange that? We'll talk.
Okay. And then we'll all have a big party.
Okay. Now that we've played this voicemail, if your wife and my wife were in a car accident into a telephone pole, it would actually be pretty funny because of this moment right here.
Right. I know my wife's a shitty driver.
Well,
my wife is Asian. So
I was going to say
likelihood of this actually happening is quite high.
Yes.
Okay. No. All I'm saying is there's a point at which having fun goes, you can't do that. You can't.
So this is past, Carl sent us this and it's a really long, 45 seconds, sir. I haven't even listened to this point, but I want to play it through to the end. Easy.
Yeah.
You can't have fun. You can't make fun and have fun at the expense of people's deaths.
Okay.
I mean,
no, that's not true at all.
There are some hysterical deaths that have happened in human history. I forgot JFK Jr. thought he was a pilot as well. That's actually really funny.
Did you ever see how hilarious it looked when it looked like a balloon was flying out of JFK's head when he was shot? I mean, that was outrageous. That was pure comedy. When his brain flew right out all over Connolly and Jackie.
And poor, I think Jackie O, well, she wasn't Jackie O at the time, but I think Jackie wasn't able to wear that dress ever again. That's the real tragedy.
Okay.
Don't tell me which.
Go ahead, sorry.
Don't tell me which deaths are hilarious and not hilarious.
Yeah.
Some are funny.
Yeah.
That was a riot.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Schindler's List? I laughed my fucking ass off of that movie.
Jesus Christ. When you saw the red coat from the little girl and the heap, you actually came a little.
How tragic death is funny. Okay,
it's hysterical.
Forget whether or not somebody was a good pilot, a bad pilot, anything else. Okay, and how about the 9/11? You kind of skipped over that. You kind of conveniently skipped over the 9/11 stuff. Like,
okay, well, you've clarified that the 9/11 that already happened, not funny. Another 9/11, if it happened outside of Madison Square Garden where people were lighting school buses on fire, you would have laughed. You would have probably celebrated. I think, he's thinking that 9/11's funny. No, 9/11 Part 2 could actually be really funny.
Right.
Yeah.
But I can say that there are some moments of 9/11, like, you ever see The Falling Man?
Sure.
Oh my
I've
God.
seen that. Yeah.
Side splitting.
Okay, that's one way to take it. Yeah. There is a great clip of now President Trump on the local news saying that well, I guess Trump Tower is now the biggest building in Lower Manhattan. It's not. It's one of his hotels. Is one of the.
Oh, I can't really defend that, so I'll make it another joke about people being bad pilots and the rest of that crapola. Okay.
Crapola, come on.
You
How
guys
old
are
are
a
you?
bunch of crumbs.
He's a crumb bum.
You're a fink.
Well, we are a couple of finks.
Still, fire Zane. He's a criminal, and you want to know why? Because he's promoting death.
What?
Okay, is what he's doing. All right, and I know you think, oh, okay. And anytime you want Christian to go back and forth on X, I will go back and forth with you with real facts of why Munson does belong in the Hall of Fame. But that's not what I'm angry at.
That's the real problem.
I'm angry.
That's what it comes down to.
He doesn't care about 9/11. He doesn't care about me. It's all Munson. This is all your fault, Christian.
If Don Mattingly's never going to get into the Hall of Fame, and he's not, Thurman Munson doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. Don Mattingly was a far better Yankee with far better stats and amazing sideburns.
Zane, and you to some degree, mocking people's deaths. Okay, and again, I get the thing, and you're trying to be stern, and you're trying to be, and
I mean, not present day Stern. Maybe we are being a little shock jockey. What shows do you enjoy on this channel, sir? That you feel?
Oh,
like,
you're talking to him directly.
Well, right now, yeah. What
Yeah.
shows do you enjoy? That have you ever seen a great show called The Creep Off? Death is very funny on that show. It's really dark, but that's where the humor comes in.
And Stern ain't even Stern anymore. But
that's true. Okay, so look, we can agree with him on that 100%.
Yeah.
Stern is not.
I don't
Stern
think
anymore.
we're that far off. I think we're very close to having a breakthrough.
Yeah.
And before long, like there was a couple, there was a really funny documentary I saw, and it was called Remembering Oklahoma City. Now, this guy
it sounds funny.
This guy, I think we're close that we can probably get a middle ground. I want you to watch Remembering Oklahoma City. And if you can make it through that without cracking up, then, I think that you're right. We might not be able to narrow the gap, but try
Do you
it.
think that, would you like to invite this guy to the Detroit area show on October 2nd? Maybe he could get his pilot's license ahead of time and fly there.
Yeah, of course. Look, I always want to meet people on the street. I always want to talk. That's how we make headway in the world, talking with each other, and people love me. And I definitely want to talk about this.
Okay, let's let him finish.
all that, and I get all that, but come on here.
Oh, that was it.
Okay. I thought there was more. I'm sorry. Yeah. So come on here. Yeah.
Okay.
And listen, Town Water Only loves it. Loves that we use the word fink. There's all kinds of good stuff. Chuck Puck does call you another Rob Saul.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He's this real uppity guy who, now that he's sober, judges everybody who gets drunk, like John Melendez. At least that's John's story. He was one of Stuttering John.
I don't care that people.
Yeah. No, exactly. But I think that Deb points out, shit happens, and shit happened to John Denver, JFK Jr., and even Thurman Munson. All right.
Right on.
I did not get this guy's phone number. Chad's missing upper lip, but I think he has engaged us on social media.
You don't want to give out people's phone number.
No, I don't want to do that. But
that guy's brilliant.
But I mean, you guys are seeing and hearing all of that. I guess you're just hearing it. If you want to be featured in the voicemail segment, you can leave us a voicemail. You have to say it's for WATB. It's not for one of the other shows. And you leave that voicemail at 585-612-1388. Now, sir, we're doing this show today because we're not going to do a show next week. So don't think that you ran us off YouTube.
Right.
That is not what happened. But We would welcome another message from you, but 45 seconds, sir. It's in the outgoing message. I've heard. I know what Carl says in the outgoing message. 45 seconds, please. Okay?
Right.
Yeah.
And I can't fire myself as the CEO of everything on the Who Are These Podcast Network. How could I possibly do that?
Yeah, no, exactly. You're the one who keeps this. Oh yeah. And as Jim Rome would always say, have a take, don't suck. That guy definitely had a take. I will give him that you should be fired. And Real Kumia said, your man Carl went up against you. I mean, unless he went on early with Chad, but he's not supposed to be on with Chad for 15 more minutes. Does
Chad have a YouTube channel? Is that what he watches it on? Is
Yeah.
that what he does it on?
Yeah, so you go over to Sit Down Zumok is where you would go to check out Carl and the great Z-Man a little bit. Really, we're only 15 minutes away from that. How about that?
Yeah, that's incredible. No, I don't think he's on yet. It just says, if you click on his page and then promotes World War Z, there's 144 already waiting. Nice little bit of artwork there. Looks good. World War Z. Carl, Chad, Bob Levy.
Yeah, I saw that. I guess that was Chad announcing the show because that video is, I guess it's from yesterday. But I do like the artwork. Listen, not everybody has the great AI artwork that our buddy Husey has, but Chad did nice, and I want to show everybody this is the artwork we're talking about, where Carl is apparently Marty McFly.
Okay.
From Back to the Future. The Real Kumia says, I like this new format where you guys have a slow breakdown over declining numbers. Sir, these are actually pretty decent numbers, Real Kumia.
Slow breakdown.
We're having fun over here. And listen, Chad's missing upper lip weighs in. AI slop like Hack Ride. The great Hack Ride. Friend of the show. So everybody can head on over there to Sit Down Zubok. I don't know if he has it listed as a live yet. Oh yeah, so I see. He created it 15 minutes ago. I was 15 hours ago. So this is it right there. There's a chat there. Now, Chad, please don't strike this channel. We're not sniping you. You're not on
promoting you moron.
Yeah, we're letting everybody who's watching, and I think everybody watching knew that this was coming up. We're minutes away from Carl being over there. All right, Chad? And, who knows? Maybe I'll be in there. And if I like what I see, maybe I'll even gift a few Sit Down Zumok memberships. But we'll see what the content is. So, EZ, this is next week's show that we did right now. We'll be off next week, but we'll be back. We will be back on, what is the date? July 21st. It'll be you and me. And also, the great Lucy Tightbox is scheduled to appear on that show. But until then, what if people want more Eric Zane?
The easiest way is to join me on Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. I do a show Monday through Friday on there, and there's all sorts of other content, including my fake Who Are These show, Who Are These Free Beers, where I rip my old radio show, or I should say I roast my old radio show, Free Beer and Hot Wing show. Blink wants me to show my tits. It does look like I have big guns. I think I kind of do.
Yeah,
but if you look at it from the side, I definitely have some tits going.
But I guess the AC is not on because your nips aren't hard. I'm sorry. Is that
happens a lot?
Is that the gayest moment in the history of this show?
Oh God, my nipples. Ridiculous.
And sorry, Rat Dog King. Carl eats more poop when he's nervous. I have heard that about him, but we'll see. Anyway, as for me, look at it right there. Follow at Blackcast on YouTube, BLADTCAST on YouTube. Now, we're going to be off for like about a week and a half. So let's see where we're at when we're back doing the show live. We just did a show a couple days ago. I'm sure that my YouTube count has probably not grown at all, So
okay, hang on.
I know I knew you were going to check. So you can subscribe to Blackcast.
You added two. You've added two since the last time we checked.
moving on up, as Ronnie Babes would say, to the east side, to finally going to get my piece of the pie over there on the Blackcast. We've had some music themed shows lately. Lots of movies going to be talked about over the summer. We have fun over there. Go ahead, give us a like. You don't have to actually watch, but if you dig around for the content, I expect that you will find something that you enjoy. And Deb gives me an ahoy, so I appreciate that. And I agree, Town Water Only. I do like Carl. I do believe he's likable. And he, he has that apparently that mean streak that we have is missing from Carl. He's way more
like fellow
likable than we are.
seniors.
Oh,
Forget pulling your pants to your chest.
We're showing Chad's ad.
That's money for Chad.
Oh, so now we're actually snipe streaming Chad. I don't think he's started yet, unless he goes.
No,
early.
he doesn't. No, he's got time. This isn't starting till 2. They're going to do great together. I think this is going to it be awesome.
No, you know what? Actually, Chad is. This is his countdown.
Oh, he's
Chad,
4.5 minutes.
No, 4.5 minutes. We will wrap it up in those next 4.5 minutes. No, I don't have premium Real Kumia because you don't give me enough super chats to pay for premium.
Is that something that you laugh at? I don't get it.
I mean, listen, I've laughed at people for having the version of Disney Plus with ads. So listen, we make our choices, and you see that Chad is ready. He's already sharing chats on the screen, and yes, we are not going to snipe the actual show. But we're letting everybody know, Chad, that they can go over to Sit Down Zumach and check out World War Z with special guest Carl Hamburger. And I guess all that's left is to count up all the money, EZ. And we had one big donor, right?
Yes, it was Joseph, and Jessica gave $7, by the way.
Thank you, Jessica.
So there you go. But the top one is definitely Joseph Hodge.
So I want to thank everybody for joining us on a special day and a special time, especially Eric Zane, who I've now made do like 4 hours of this show this week. Much appreciated, sir.
Oh, glad to be part of it. Are you kidding? Come on now.
And we will see you on the 21st right here on the same channel. And until then, this is Christian Blatt reminding you that every mic is a hot mic, and always wanted to join live to give you guys some money for entertaining me the last couple months. Thank you all. You're welcome, Joseph Hodge. We'll see you in like a week.